allowed to be president. But today, Atiku is not a Fulani man. I'm talking to Yaya Jingil. I want to put sense into Yaya Jingil. Is Atiku not a Fulani man? As Fulani people not kill our people? So should we say that Fulani man should never contest president of this country? These are realities. Let's say the truth. He is talking to Peter Obi, that Peter Obi is a kinsman or whatever. He's a man from his tribe. And executed Sardona during the coup. So he should not be allowed to be president. As if forgotten that Fulani are still killing us every day. What's the difference? What's the difference? So if it is that way, a Fulani man will not rule this country. Because that's how we should go. Because they are killing us and they are still killing us. Why should we award them with the president, the highest office of this country? Are we stupid? If our people are not, if they don't regard our people as subservient, they will not talk like that. Because they look at us as if we are nobody in this country. That's why he has the guts to say those things he's saying. Because he feels entitled that he's born to rule. And that notion, that preponderant notion, and that kind of mentality, that it will never help us to a nationhood. We will never grow to a nationhood. If we want to grow in this country, we have to be fair to every tribe. We have to be fair to every religion. And that is how we should move forward. But enough of this hypocrisy in this country.
מה אנחנו עושים כאן? אנחנו כאן בשליחות של דורות. יש דורות של יהודים שחלמו שנגיע לכאן, ויש דורות של יהודים שיבואו אחרינו. אז אתה שואל אם אני מרגיש שאני בשליחות היסטורית ורוחנית, התשובה היא כן.
אני לא רוצה לסבך אותך לסיום עם תיק 6000, אבל...
מה זה?
זה הוויז'ן שלי, זה אחד הדברים שחלמתי עליהם, מפת הארץ המובטחת.
יפה.
הגיע הזמן, קוראים לזה ירושלים. אני לא נותן את זה לך, אני מעניק את זה לך כדי שתיתן את זה לך שרה.
תודה רבה.
אתה מתחבר לחזון?
מאוד.
באמת?
מאוד.
זה ישראל השלמה.
מה אנחנו עושים כאן? אנחנו כאן.
While my people are busy, welcome, greetings everyone. Now yesterday we don't get ambassador now of airport things, airport doings. Kwam1 is now ambassador. Okay, so put some respect on Kwam1's name when you are calling him. He's not only a Fuji artist, he's now your ambassador. So Nigeria now has graduated from the Tautish and Agberos littered all over to rewarding people who are loyalists to Tinubu with positions. And then they have withdrawn the case against the comfort girl. If you see what Festus Keyamo wrote, Nigerians, if you don't wake up 2027, Sokpo law, it is gone. It is gone, no. I don't know what to tell you people. It is once these people manage to find their way back. Hey, see, they don't even reduce in no-fly zone. They don't reduce them from 6 months to 1 month. Okay? All the criminal charges against him has been withdrawn. Do you know what the funny thing is about this scammer, about this situation? The funny thing about this situation is that if Kwam1 does not get since he did not get punished for this clear wrong act, guess what? When he might somewhere in the world he will make a mistake, they will lock him up. You see all the punishment when he not collect that time, you go collect am once. Oh my God. Hey God. You people are joking with nature. This man is supposed to be punished severely for what he did, but no. Guess what? He's now been rewarded as an ambassador for aviation security protocol. And his ban has been reduced from 6 months to 1 month. Somebody that ought to be locked up and be undergoing psychiatric evaluation to find out why he felt it was normal to walk in front of an aircraft. Hey, God. Anyway, let's continue. It's Nigeria for you.
Nigeria. Only the first class and people that have people in our outside country that is doing well, that can send them money. That's the people surviving today in Nigeria. But where this problem starts from? We must go to the root of this problem. People that put us in this problem. Starting from a Obasanjo government till today, we have never gotten a leader. Today we are all of us, including them. We all are reaping what they sow to this country. I think as I'm talking to you now, do you know why I'm surviving in this country today? It's because I am a transporter. I invested in my life in transport. So in any condition, the way I buy is the way I sell. Sometimes I pity people in a way that if you see a young man, fine man, dress well, will come to me and say, my brother, please help me to so place. I don't have choice. I'll say, enter the motor. My conductor will just say, leave him, let him enter. I know what Nigeria is passing through. I think, Joy, see, let me tell you something. The day we get it right is when this suffering touch all of us round. You have never touched us round. If you touch all of us round, we can now reason one as one. The other day, Babangida wrote a book. They contributed 17 billion and give to him, and Nigeria is hungry. Babangida still need money. What do you want to use it and do? He don't need money anymore. He just wanted today to God will find to come and rent. People that come almost come to me to borrow money, I cannot ask them my money back because I'm ashamed to go and meet the same bros. What do you collect for me last week? I cannot ask them because they are the people that are giving me before. All of them are clearing agents, doing well. They will call me, say, where am I? And they will say, come to some place. They will buy me fish, buy me meat, they will still ask me money. Today, I see God, nothing to write about. I cry when I would see my bros because say, my friend, now I pay 5,000 there. I shed tears. These are people that have big cars. Before, they have sold it all and paid school fees. Nothing to write about. They have destroyed this country and they are still shouting. They want to come back and rebuild Nigeria. What did they rebuild Nigeria? Person like Atiku. Is this people to come back? Who sells everything? Buhari take over as the Nigerian president. You keep on destroying, throwing money, give it to Niger, doing anyway to Niger, paying the president, Boko Haram. Who is he doing? He's doing his people. Today, Tinubu have taken over. Want to use 700 something billion and renovate airport. He tax players $100,000. If they pay me 500,000 naira a month, it will not be enough. It will not be enough. And people are paying 100,000, 200,000 naira. Sometimes I will go to Jota when I carry road from Alaba to inside Lagos. When I come to Jota, I will just open my mouth and say, everybody enter free. Because I know what people are passing through. Because I know I've already made my money.
Hey, Mr. Mark, welcome. Oh.
I go to Alaba to I start to carry load. I begin to carry load. That's how I'm surviving. Because Nigeria today, if you don't double your hustle, sorry, is your name. And enjoy. Enjoy your day. God bless you.
So
God bless you, man.
It is getting harder and harder in Nigeria. I am hoping that with this madness that is going on, everybody will ensure 2027 is a promise. Is a promise to yourself, to your future, to everything. Because I'm telling you for free, 2027, if these people by mistake find way back, Omoye, it is over. It is over. Meanwhile, the NYSC lady, Ray, oh my God. Let me just read what she had to say. Mrs. Abella Veronica gathered COP members and brought out my query letter and read it to them, saying, I wrote that I missed clearance date so that they will be on her side. But what she didn't tell them that is the second letter. Basically, right, they forced this girl, locked her or forced her to write a note that she missed the clearance date so that they can use it against her. She says she has been going through a lot. She didn't want to bring it out in the public, but she has been going through a lot. They've been suppressing her. They took her handbag, her phones, locked her up and asked her to write that she missed it so that they can use it against her. That's what they're using against her right now. Okay? She said she didn't want to come out and talk about it, but since everything is now out, she can't. There's no point. Do you understand? Said she wanted her peace and she didn't want to share the experience that she had been going through, right? Because now they're trying to actively sabotage her, right? Which to her, she says it's hilarious. And that oh my god, Nigeria. Anyway, that's just a snippet of it. If you want to go read more about it, it's on Twitter. Eh? It is wild what's going on in Nigeria. It's like officially a jungle. Eh?
All that, I mean, for someone to start and within 6 months, Peter is a symbol. It's not him. What does he say that we've heard of? But he is a symbol that reflects two things: the anger of the people and what could be. He says the right things, and people have keyed in onto it. Now, if Peter were running on the platform of PDP, he won't get that traction, right? So today, and I said this to him, you have an army of young people who see hope in you. What are you going to do with them? You can't. They're not going to join PDP. They're not going to join APC. But they have tasted blood. They want to be involved in the governance, the politics of their country. And they see you as your arrowhead. You've got to reflect. You've got to know what to do with them. You've got to provide them a platform. They're pursuing the ideals, and it's a righteous one. Everyone has a right to employment. Young people have two options. Either they leave, and you see a lot of that happening, or they stay back and fight it out. For them, they have nothing to lose, and that's what you saw. Now, if something is not done urgently, it will go from a passive revolution, which is what we had on Saturday, the 25th, right, to an actionable revolution, which is what we had when we called it NSAS. But NSAS was still passive, but NSAS in Cross River was not passive. They destroyed. You don't want that on a national scale, because you can push people to the brink. It's what's happening.
Okay, oh, they go here? No, they won't hear. They keep doing it, making it worse and worse. Let's listen to what the NBA president had to say about this Ibom Air situation.
We are beginning to see some new evidence showing that there might be more to what happened or what transpired during that incident than what we've heard from the airline and the airline operators of Nigeria. But let's begin with the penalty, a life ban. What do you make of that? The fact that investigation has not even been concluded.
Well, it's in imposing what I would call the purported life ban on the lady. Both Igbo Air and airline operators of Nigeria acted hastily at the violation of our rights. They became both the accuser and the judge and witnesses in their own cause. Without affording her hearing, they rushed to judgment and imposed a so-called ban on her. It portrays us as a people who have no respect for fair hearing, for allowing the other side to present their own story and getting a total picture of what happened. And this poses grave danger to airline travelers who can, on a mere allegation of misconduct within an airline being leveled against them, be banned by either the airline or the airline operators of Nigeria. That's like jungle justice. I'm not sure that's the kind of image we want to portray. There should have been a hearing. And if after all evidence is in, grounds exist for banning the person, then the law should take its course. But when, in the heat of passion, without hearing the lady, the lady hastily charged to court and remanded, and then the charge adjourned to October 5th. And this is just August, and then placed on a lifetime ban. It appears like an attempt to show her that she is a poor person, she's a small person, and she can't do anything. And that's not the kind of way I want to put out.
And it's even more interesting because a similar incident that happened barely a week ago, the agencies were talking about banning the affected person pending investigation, but none of that,
absolutely.
Happened in this case.
That's the individual who, in every sense, would have appeared to endanger the safety of the aircraft and maybe the life of the passenger.
Exactly.
More than the incident we're talking about.
I wanted
maybe
to.
That's the case of different standards of justice for the big man and the small person.
Absolutely. I wanted to speak to the viral video of how she was dragged out of the aircraft and how she was stripped naked and then the eventual leaking of that particular video to the public?
That video offends the sensibility of any very right-thinking person and ought not to have been allowed into public space.
Exactly.
Whatever the lady did, the way she was dragged out was beastly. It does not portray decency, does not portray how people in the hospitality industry should portray their passenger, no matter how badly the person has behaved. That lady could have cracked her skull, could have broken her back when she was being dragged. She could have been killed. Even alleged armed robbers and murderers deserve better decency in their treatment. It shows how we treat persons that we allege have committed an offense. And then the worst part is that officials or staff of the airline recorded that and felt able and decent enough and convinced enough that this is a worthy picture exposing her nudity that should be in the public domain. If there was need to put that in video, to tell their own side of the story, the least they could have done was to redact that part of it showing her nudity. It offends public morality and ought not to have happened. It was very unfortunate. No matter how guilty she may be perceived to be, she shouldn't have been subjected to such dehumanizing treatment. It violates her right to dignity of human person. And an airline should not subject any of their passengers to such treatment. It speaks ill of how passengers should be treated, no matter how badly they are alleged to have behaved.
Indeed. We have to go now, but the NBA is now offering our free legal services. What's the update with that? Can you tell whether she's been released on bail?
If she does not have legal representation, our lawyers are on standby to represent her, and we are gathering all information about her trial, and the NBA will be represented there even if she has a counsel to hold a watching brief, because this is a matter of public concern, and it speaks volume about how airline travelers they are treated and how they should be treated, and how our judicial system should work in situations like this. This is not the face we want to present to the world.
Alpha Mosigwe, Senior Advocate of Nigeria's of the Nigerian Bar Association. Thank you for talking to us.
Honestly, I appreciate his take on this matter. That I mean, the girl has been released. I saw a clip of the girl being released. She was, thanking everybody that came out for her and everything. So, I mean, she's been released. In a normal country, this shouldn't even have happened in the first place. It should not even have happened in the first place. I never see. It keeps getting worse. Tinubu just entered. Everything just they go down the drain. Can you welcome? Everything else they go down. They just take nosedive. That's to show you that when the head is bad, everything else. There is not this man come. Everything when he touch, just they turn am to dust. Ha! God abeg o, this is wild. What is going on is not normal o, Nigerians. Oh my God. It's sad.
Some of you might not know that the greatest problem we face is not just corruption, but even indiscipline and irresponsibility of office holders. There's nowhere in the world you see somebody who is supposed to be a custodian of the law breaking the law consistently, except in this country. Because he makes sure he jumps the queue if other people are queuing.
Exactly.
He makes sure he does everything that is wrong. So for me, doing that was the most critical thing. Let me plead with all of you this night. Whenever people talk about, all of you are being to good schools. I always have friends like you who tell me about Singapore and this and that. And what I tell them that if you go to Singapore, and that's the only example I'll use, the best people are in government.
Exactly.
The best brain in government. I plead with all of you as you enjoy and do whatever you do in your good office and everything, please do not leave governance to the least in society.
They're here. Look at them. with their fat heads
That's
and
what we are
drinks,
doing today.
food. That's all they know.
The role models we have in government are the least in the society. And all of us are complaining. There's no way we won't complain. There's no way.
The least of us, the worst of us. Eh?
Already the price of cars in Nigeria has gone up. A car, a 2006 Corolla, now costs around 6 to 9 million naira. Now, if you want to buy a car that was produced in 2006, you should be earning like 1 million naira and be saving at least 30% of your money every month for minimum of 2.5 years. Doesn't make sense at all. Also, the clearing agents that used to pay 215,000 naira will now need to pay 4 million naira as annual renewal fee. And if you need a new license to be one of the freight forwarders, you now need to pay 10 million naira. Before it was 600,000 naira.
Can you imagine?
Customs said this review is to reflect prevailing economic realities. All these costs that I've mentioned, this money, 5%, 10%, who do you think will bear the cost? You and I. And that we moved on to all the goods, cars, and all the important items that it will be charged on. So are we expecting things to get more expensive?
We want you to speak directly to the press release that did come from the NBA, and especially what legal grounds does the NBA believe Omoye violated in his treatment of Miss Emerson. So I'm sure we're going to have a fully packed conversation that we can start right away. So first of all, let's start with the press release. And what is the NBA stance on what did happen to Miss Emerson and, of course, Omoye?
Now, in a summary, our press statement sought to address two major issues. The treatment of a person who is alleged to have committed an offense. Now, Section 34 of the 1999 Constitution guarantees to a person the right to dignity of the woman person. And the treatment meted out to the lady as contained in the video footage, which has since gone viral, indicates that that right was not respected by the airline. It's possible she may have committed the offense, but the Constitution guarantees her a presumption of innocence. So until there is an adverse finding by a court confirming that she committed that offense, and even after that, she continues to enjoy her rights of dignity of human person, and nobody ought to be treated in the manner she was treated, being dragged on the floor, even kicked by those who came to bundle her out of the aircraft. And indeed, there are better and more decent ways of effecting her removal from the airplane. And video evidence would also suggest that she also volunteered to willingly leave that aircraft, and they refused. So about how people are treated, and secondly, the rush to judgment and condemnation and ban by Omoye and the airline operators of Nigeria, that is whimsical, that is arbitrary, that is condemnable and should not be permitted. Without hearing from every party's concerned, apparently the AON heard from Omoye and believed Omoye and rushed to ban a person for life. While these may be private businesses, the license that permits them to operate is public property. And to that extent, they have a duty to the public, a duty to their passengers, not to abuse people who patronize them, who are their passengers, and who would be beneficiaries of the services that the government has licensed them to provide. So the fact that they are private businesses is not enough. To the extent they have a public trust to operate those businesses and cannot act in a manner that detracts from the personal and private rights of individuals and violate the Constitution and act in such a brazen manner. And also it's very, very worrisome that an airline or any person who record video that shows a lady being stripped naked, shows her nudity, and feel justified to air such a video without redacting that part of it or in some way digitally blurring it so as to respect her privacy. Nothing can be more or less dignifying the conduct of that video. And if the airline claims not to have done it, we need to find out who did it, because it calls to question our respect for our laws, it calls to question our respect for the dignity of the human person, and our decency and how to treat passengers who patronize whatever business. We can't have a devil may care attitude and thinking that it is right to treat people the way we want and then ban them without giving them a hearing.
I'm really glad this NBA president is really going hard on this. This is very important. Come, we can't let it slide. Eh? We can't let bad behavior continuously slide in Nigeria. I don't know. This is an emergency situation. No, I don't know how else to put it. Eh? I don't know how else to put it. By the way, Anambra people, abemoku na support Peter Obi candidate o. Una support because Soludo dey do flenge o. Soludo has his own plans, so I don't know. Hey, as a people, we cannot continue to watch things go down the drain like this. This is madness. The government just dey do as they like. They no even dey look, they no dey consider anything anymore. They're just doing whatever pleases them. They don't care. They are showing to you every day that they are not interested in what you have, what your opinion is. They are not there for you. Wow. Meanwhile, T-Pain snuck out of the country and came back. I hope you guys are aware of that. Anyway, na rant I just come rant this morning. Make I leave am for now because hey, as the more you see, the more you abi how dey take dey talk am, the more you look, the less you see. Na im be Nigeria matter. They keep heaping it on. I think what they are trying to do is to really demoralize the people before 2027. It's part of the plan. So the more they demoralize you, by the time 2027 comes, you would not be able to do anything. You will not be able to fight. You will just give up and throw in the towel and say, you know what's the point? I beg, there's no need. I'm telling you, that's what they're trying. They're working on people's emotions and psyche right now, so that they will not have the courage to come out when they need to. This is what T-Pain is trying to achieve. This is what they are trying to achieve. Everybody must keep their eyes to the ground and observe what is going on. It's not a coincidence. Kwamwan that is guilty of a terrorist act, they don't give am ambassador. Oh God, never. Meanwhile, the country does not have ambassadors, so we don't have ambassadors representing us anywhere in the world. Now T-Pain, now be everything. We do not have ambassadors till now. Everybody they look down and see they happen. So now here we continue to observe. But me, I go leave una for now. Because me, I just come here to rant about the riot situation and the comfort situation. To let una know, give updates to my people. Say, they don't release the girl, they don't let her go. But when we keep our eye to the ground, as election they come, these people are not playing. We too, I hope we have the attitude of, we are not playing also. Now here I go leave am for now. I'll see you guys on my next one. Thank you.